Standing right next to the producer of this beautiful movie. And doing this in
Very well, thank you.
All right. The first thing that fascinated me about the movie was the title, The Party. Why the title, The Party?
Yeah, because the tragedy happened at the party. Yeah, so that was it. I mean, it was a party, and then something dramatic, something traumatic happened, and then everything around the film is around what happened, why did it happen, who was behind it, you know. So,
What was it like getting cast for this particular movie?
I mean, it was good. It was. I mean, we're happy with the cast. We got a great pool of talent, and yeah, we're happy with that.
Can you say one thing that stood out for you regarding the script of this movie? One thing, that somehow pushed you into making this movie?
I mean, I think it was the ability to make it to tell a story in following all the international standards, but make it very local. The local element of the film is what brought it to life for me. So I was quite excited about that.
And until we determine otherwise, all of you.
Next to Benti. Okay, alright, speaking about the movie The Party, you're one of the cast. What was it like being on set?
It was really good. It was fun. We had a lot of good times, a lot of laughter. All the cast members were absolute professionals. The crew members were very easy and chill to work with. It's like a moving clock. If the actors deliver, the crew delivers, everything should work out just fine, and that's how it felt.
What intriguing part of being on set? One intriguing part?
The intriguing part about being on set is actually working with all these professionals, from the crew members, the producers, the production manager, and then the actors. There's just something about working with ambitious people that makes you feel really energized. That is something I live for, and I think if more productions really live up to that level of quality, we're going to have some of the best actors in the world from Nigeria.
Oh, well, you find yourself in a crime scene and you have 3 weapons. You're supposed to pick one of these 3 weapons to save yourself, a survivor on the crime scene. I'll call out the weapons, right? And then you pick a screwdriver, a shotgun, and a pocket knife. Which one are you going for?
And it depends on the crime. It depends on the crime. I mean, if it's a crime where there's no guns, I will pick a knife or a screwdriver. If it's a situation where there's a lot of guns, I will pick a screwdriver. But if it's a situation there's only one gun, I will pick the shotgun. At least we can blast off. Because the reason why is if there's a lot of guns, at least you have a chance where you could be alone with one person and you could stab them on the neck and run away,
But I say you are in a crime scene and you are given 3 weapons for survival. I'll call out the weapons. You choose your weapon, all right? A shotgun, a screwdriver, and a pocket knife. Which would you go for?
In a crime scene?
Yes. You just have 1 weapon out of these 3 for survival. A shotgun, a screwdriver, and a pocket knife. Which are you going for?
A screwdriver. Yeah, because it's unusual now. So before you realize I can kill you with it, and I've killed you.
Why are you looking for another killer?
Being one of the amazing cast for this movie, The Party, what's one thing you were able to take out of set? Like one thing that would stand out for you in the course of your career?
So for me, I think work ethics. Yes, I think work ethics was it for me, because I noticed, some work ethics from some actors, and yeah. So.
What's the most fun to work with?
So my character played with Kehinde Bankole, so I mean she was the most fun to work with. Kehinde and Kelechi, yes, and Kelechi. I've worked Kelechi a couple of times, but I think that was the first time I worked with Kehinde, so yeah.
You find yourself in a crime scene and you were given a few tools for survival. Now I'll call out the tools. You tell me which one you go for. Pepper spray, shotgun, and pocket knife. Which one would you go for?
Shotgun. I'm blowing off anybody's head. Definitely shotgun.
Commissioner, hello? They're almost there.
I've been looking at, I've been eyeing. I want to understand what's the idea behind your outfit.
Nothing special, to be honest. I play a detective in the
So, as we all know, there's been
film, and I know that I wanted to wear a blazer But I was thinking instead of dressing up like suits, we should just make it a little bit more chic, a little bit more.
Okay, can you tell us a bit about your character, the detective part that you play?
So she's very central to the story because it's a murder mystery. So she's the one that brings the whole story together. She's the one that unravels the mystery. She gets to interact with every single character in the film. Every single person that's there had to speak with them, and these are people that are big people in the character in the industry that I look up to. So having to be in the same room with them, making eye contact, acting, shouting, like every time we yell cut, I'll just be like, okay, I hope I did that well. Yeah, but
Being on set for you, one intriguing part of being on set.
every day was intriguing. And like I said, being surrounded by the legends and icons of this industry every day, like I was just happy to be there. Like even if we're filming till 6 a.m. the next morning, it's okay. Sit me down. I'm sat.
You are in a crime scene and you are given about you're given three options of which would you go for. I'll call out the three weapons and you tell me which you would go for: pepper spray, shotgun, and a pocket knife. Which one would you go for survivor around a crime scene?
Pepper spray, shotgun, or a pocket knife, right? A shotgun now. I would kill somebody with that.
The killer is right there, right there.
Where's the victim's wife?
In the scene.
I'm fine. Thank you very much. I'm real.
All right, I do not want to ask you your expectation. The Party is a movie that depicts suspects, not just suspects. It's a movie that depicts a bit of crime. All right, so now I'm going to ask you one question about crime. Imagine you find yourself in a crime scene and you were privileged to have three weapons to deliver you or to save you from that crime scene. Now I'm going to call out the three weapons: pepper spray, shotgun, and a screwdriver. Which one would you go for?
I think I'll go for the pepper spray because I don't want to kill the person. So I know that when I put the pepper spray in your eyes, you're not going to see anything. So I'm going to use the pepper spray or maybe the screwdriver, but pepper spray.
By the statement of a woman whose husband had every strong motive to kill the victim.
You fell from there?
That girl threw my son to his death.
Yes.
Look, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but I did not kill my husband. And certainly not for a tramp.
As I got on the elevator, there were